Okay. All right. Looks like we're live, guys.
Yep.
Welcome.
Assistant, can you pause the music? So, thank you so much. We're so excited to have everybody with us while she finds the remote. All right. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Tea with Tara. And by Tara, that's not my name, but it is the name of these amazing products. They're Tara at Home. And I have Jenny Burt with me, and she's going to help me go over the amazing things that are in this box of mystery and fun and fabulousness. So we'll start by opening.
Now you guys have been waiting. Jessica posted just a few days ago that the box had arrived at her doorstep, and so she has been waiting patiently. You guys have been waiting patiently to finally see what is in our box from Tara.
So exciting. Do we need to turn the volume up on it? I wonder? The volume's not all the way up on my phone.
I'm sure Kat can handle that.
So it's on the side. We're having to use my phone because we had a little bit of trouble getting the laptop to work. So if it's a little bit shaky, it's because we have the wonderful Kat Lon assisting us as our videographer. So thank you so much in advance. So the first items, I wonder what they are.
I don't know.
So we will open this wonderful box up. And we have the amazing Rammies.
I've heard a lot about these Rammies. They're extremely versatile.
So I have one in the Doodle Doo pattern. And what is just really wonderful about these, and Kat's going to come in a little bit closer, is you can see that they all come with a plastic lid so that you're able to go straight from whatever you make in it, put the lid on it, put it straight in the refrigerator. And that was one of the things I was the most excited about with these products, because we are a cooking family. We are Sunday meal prep people. So these are actually stoneware, which means that they're oven safe. So I can prep small serving sizes for our sides, or maybe I've heard some people talk about making a small meatloaf. You could make spaghetti, have each one go in there. These are oven safe, they're microwave safe. So you
Freezer safe too. If you want to prepare in advance, if you know you're having a procedure done, or maybe you're expecting and you want to go ahead and do a little bit of meal prep ahead of time, you can put these in the freezer. With the lids, they also stack, which is also great for storing and saving space. Even the beautiful bowls that have the frilled sides also have a lid that fits on securely as well. We've got 2 more patterns that we are ready to reveal. 2 more different colors. You want to go over this?
This one is the Stars and Stripes, and I believe it's being retired.
It is being retired as of yesterday, so sorry guys. If you are a fan of it, go ahead and email us or post it on Facebook and request to have it back.
This one is the Olive Flutter, and this is the white. They also have it in gray, green. The green is beautiful. And what's also really great about these products is they're so mix and matchable, because they're just gorgeous products. But I'm a big fan of eclectic, and so you could have the white with the green, or say like Jenny's got a set and I've got a set and we're having a party. She could bring hers over and we can mix and match. And the holidays are coming up, so like if one sister has one pattern, another has another pattern, mom has her pattern, you have the ability to mix and match, and you can have a set big enough for all of your Thanksgiving, all of your Christmas, whatever other holiday parties you might have going on.
Absolutely. Another piece that I really like, I know down here in the South, welcome y'all, we are really big into the farm to table type of meals, and I just think that these specifically with these beautiful designs and colors would look so wonderful and beautiful paired together, giving each of your guests a different, more eclectic look, and a very homey and very farm to table-ish type feeling, which is also a lot of fun. So, all right, that was a great surprise unboxing.
That was awesome.
Great way to start.
And we are going to just kind of stack them over here. That way they're still kind of visible, but you can see all the other great goodies that we're going to pull out of the box. So our next surprise, oh, and the Rammies, what's really cool when you get it, it comes with just a little measuring chart so that, like, if you're like me and you have to
Cheat
do a
sheet.
lot of Googling because you're not quite sure how many teaspoons go into, say, a cup, because science was not your best of subjects. This you can just stick on the fridge. It's beautiful. It doesn't look like something you just printed off the internet, but it's
Good
helpful.
quality, it's thick, it's beautiful cardstock, so. Tara at home has thought of everything for us.
Which is great because if you're busy like we are, because we teach and we do little side jobs and our partners do other side jobs, and like my husband is really big into lawn care, so this time of year he's doing a whole bunch of work after work. Her boyfriend does a bike shop, so they've got races. It's really nice to be able to have all these things already prepped so that you can still enjoy a home-cooked meal, but not have to take all that time to wash a bunch of dishes because you've made multiple meals just using things that you can put straight into storage.
One thing that Jessica did just mention, we are both school teachers. There have been many nights that after dinner, I just throw all of my leftovers into a Ziploc bag and I say, oh, at least I have lunch prepared for tomorrow. I get to school, I have to go to the microwave and warm everything up in some ghetto Ziploc bags. I have nothing to put it on. I've asked the cafeteria workers, who are wonderful, for a tray. The tray does not fit into the microwave, so then I'm microwaving everything in Ziploc bags, and my other choice is a styrofoam plate, which is not ideal, obviously. So by having these, I can already, I can either choose to put my leftovers in here, boom, ready for the next day, or when I'm doing my meal prep, I can go ahead and make a couple of portions so I know that I have extra lunches for the rest of the week, and they're already prepared and cooked. I can just put these into the oven and cook them, stick the lid on them, and I'm set for the rest of the week. So,
And another nice thing, they're great for kid sizes. Like if you have young kids at home, they're not going to need like a big, large container of lunch, but it's something that you could use if you were having like a family night and you were wanting to watch a movie. You could make them a little thing in here while you guys have your other portions, and it's something that when they're finished, they can put the lid on themselves because it's very easy for them to get on and off. It's not one of those things where they're going to have to go get someone to help them. You can teach them to be very independent with it, and then they can put it in the refrigerator, and then they have a little part in the meal as well. And that's always such a great way to bring them in. All right, so our next goodie is in the beautiful Doodle Doo pattern, which happens to be a personal favorite of mine. Although I did see some new colors that were released this morning. And they're gorgeous. And so when you get, if you notice, when you get your boxes, they're already wrapped. Like each thing is individually wrapped. So if you're buying multiple pieces and you want to gift something, it's already wrapped. You could really, these boxes are so beautiful, stick a bow on it, take it with you, and it's like you've spent a whole bunch of time. But I'm afraid of breaking. I'm not a very good box opener. So we're going to be very gentle, and you know, it's always good to have a buddy.
well, I've been, okay, you ready?
Yeah. I'm just really not a box expert, guys.
Well, I think that one of the big pieces that, while it doesn't make for great live TV, it does prove that Tara at Home has amazing quality. They take pride in what they do. You're not gonna, you don't run the risk of ordering a gift for someone, having it shipped to their home, and it be shattered when they get there. They take great pride. Anyone who's gonna take this much time, you can actually tell that someone has taken a pen to make the exact size that needed to be cut out for the styrofoam. So anyone who's going to take that much time and effort to package something and do it well and beautifully really is going to have a product that's going to withstand a lot of disasters.
You know, that's one of the things I was super excited about because my husband, whom I love very dearly, is not very gentle all the time with our dishware. So for me, knowing just how sturdy and strong these are, I would feel comfortable sending it with him to work. I would feel comfortable letting one of my kids walk from the kitchen to the table with it because it's very easy to hold. I mean, the patterns provide a lot of great grip for the kids, but look at the beautiful colors. I mean, you can just tell there was a lot of time that was put into this. Just so much detail that goes into it, and it's just gorgeous. And what's great about the mugs as well is they're nice and big. I can fit all the way up to my wrist in there. So if you're like me and your cup of morning coffee is more than a K-cup. It's more like
A pot?
3 K-cups and half a pot because you just really need that much caffeine in your life. This can hold everything that you need, and it's stoneware, so it's going to keep it nice and warm for a really long time. It also comes with a lid that, say it is winter, and if you're anything like me, you like a big cup of hot chocolate. But you also like a cookie. You can put your cookie right on top. You can carry everything very easily to wherever it is that you're going to sit down and read your book or enjoy your movie, and you don't have to worry about having multiple things in your hand. You can be multitasking, because I know for a lot of moms and a lot of women, you don't really have time to have a whole bunch of stuff in your hand, because usually you need both of them. One for something over here, one because you've got to grab something and
Open a door.
open a
Yes.
door. You're trying to tidy up as you go because, life gets busy. So it's really nice to be able to do that. But also, these can go in the oven. So if you are making soup, for instance, the other night I had some ladies over and we made taco soup. Well, I wish I had had my Terra, because what I could have done is I could have had the soup in there and I made cornbread, but I had to use all these different pots and pans. Well, I could have had the soup ready to go, put it in here, topped it with the cornbread, put the mug straight in the oven, and had a beautiful cornbread topping ready to go, because these can go in the oven and they can come straight out and be used. And you're probably thinking, wow, that sounds really hot. Terra has this amazing oven glove. It is absolutely amazing. So I know you're probably thinking like, oh, it's an oven mitt. Thank you. But the great thing about it is, unlike all my other oven mitts, it has fingers. Because it is so cumbersome to have to grab one that's like a claw.
Right.
I'm not a lobster, so I'm not really good at the whole grabbing with a claw, but to have fingers, I can really get a good grip on it. And I can really, there's 2 usually, so I wouldn't grab one side with one hand, but I can carry it straight to the table, and I can even use the lid to keep it warm a little bit longer if we're having a conversation and we're not just quite ready to eat. It also can be the coaster so that it protects my table.
Absolutely. Now, I am a huge fan of the hot tea. And one of the problems I have, obviously, you boil your water, put your tea bag in, fill it with hot water. Well, you have to have time for the tea to steep. And nothing is more frustrating than waiting for your tea to steep, get the flavor in the water, and by the time you remove the tea bag, your water has gotten cold. Number one, it's stoneware, so of course it's going to keep the water much hotter for much longer, but also adding the top is going to also help keep your tea hot. So when you do remove the tea bag, which is very helpful to have a tray here that you can easily remove the tea bag, put it on the tray, no drips, no spills. You're not having to go run grab a paper towel, and that's going to seep through to your table. It's just ready to be stored there, so you can enjoy a cup of hot tea with your neighbor, and then toss it away a little bit later. So another big thing down here in the South, at least, are the mug cakes. I know everyone has had a recipe for individualized cakes.
Kat's shaking her head no, but she's going to find one in just a minute.
Oh, man.
I'm going to introduce her to it.
They're amazing. You know the recipe, ladies. It's just it's like a dump cake. It's just enough as a portion for one. However, these mugs are large enough that it could either be a great Friday treat for myself, or it's large enough for myself and a friend. But you just throw your cake mix in there, stir it up, and ingredients, put it straight into the microwave. A lot of the recipes are for the microwave, but you can throw it in the oven, and it's baked. You can just eat it straight out of here.
It's also big enough, if you're making your mug cake, that you can make the serving for one and then have enough room for ice cream on top.
Oh, she's thought of everything.
I mean,
friends thought of everything.
As you can tell, we're an ice cream kind of family.
Indeed.
So this was one of my big, I want Terra at home products, because it's so versatile and you can do so much with it. And you can even use it to help prep your meals. And that was a huge selling point for me, because we are very limited on storage space in our house. Our kitchen is from the 60s, back when people just didn't really have all the gadgets and doodads. So for us to find products that can be used more than one way is amazing. I'm sorry, my dog is trying to get in the video, so I need you to stop. Thank you. So we're gonna move on to another wonderful product, and I'm gonna put this over here. So our next box, which, as I've already shown, I kind of struggle with the box of it all. So I'm going to get some help from my lovely Vanna White assistant over here.
Thank you very much. We've got another cheat sheet card. It also goes over the warranty that's on the back. It's got all types of other, instructions as to how to use your cookware and things like that. And we'll touch on
And
those.
Tara at home has amazing customer service. If you have a question and you get in touch with them, they are really good about getting back to you. Because part of the mission of Tara at Home is to make sure that everyone has a product that they can love and enjoy and really use in their home. And they want you to feel so comfortable with these products that they want to make sure that you have access to all of your questions being answered.
Of course, you can also go online, check us out on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. You can check out Jessica or Jenny, and we've got stuff on our Facebook page as well. So,
And if anybody is watching and would like to comment with their name, if they're interested in learning more about the products, or if you want to private message either myself or Jenny Burt, she's on Facebook as Jenny Burt. It's with a G,
Yes.
G-I-N-N-Y. Feel free to message us. We would love to answer your questions. We would love to tell you more about these products. Get with you if you wanted to have a gathering with your friends so that you could show them these amazing products. Or if you're interested in learning more about what we're selling and how you can get involved, we have some amazing opportunities coming up in November. We would love to get in touch with you about it. So feel free to comment with your name if you'd like us to get in touch with you, or send us a private message.
absolutely.
So our next product, and again you'll notice it comes with a lid, is a beautiful mixing bowl, and of course the Doodle Doo pattern, which I love, love, love. But inside of it as well, you can see they've also added some beautiful extra touches and details. What is great about these bowls is they are also stoneware, but they are also metal utensil safe. So I know that Jenny is a massive mastermind of cookies. She can make cookies like nobody's business.
But I
She
won't give you
has-
the recipe, so don't
She
even bother
has
asking.
these cookies that I have been begging for the recipe for forever, and she guards it like a secret, which makes me feel really confident that she's an amazing friend because she'll guard my secrets.
Indeed.
But because it's metal utensil safe, she can put. So when she was normally making her cookies, how many dishes were you using?
Oh, it would go on. It would take me just as long to clean all the dishes as it would for me just to get them baked.
Because I've seen her make the. I haven't seen the ingredients,
No,
but I've seen her with the cookies. And there's a bowl to mix the batters in. Then she has to transfer it into the KitchenAid mixing bowl. Then she has to transfer it into something else so that she can make room to put in more batter because she's making lots of batches. Well, the great thing about this is you can make your batter in this because you can use your metal utensils, you can use your blender, you can use your mixer. So you can mix your batter up and then put it straight under your KitchenAid. Now granted, it doesn't lock, so you'll need to hold it. Just, a little safety warning there. But you can put it under there and use the same bowl that you mixed in initially. Say you're making a cake, you can mix the batter, put all the ingredients in, put it under your mixer, and then take this bowl and put it straight in the oven, and you've only dirtied up one dish.
Not only that, but this actually is a true statement. Happened today while I was staying at a friend's house, taking care of their home. It is a great day to be in Tiger Country, even though I'm a Gamecock fan. But nevertheless, we were making some tailgate food for the huge game tonight. She asked me to make some corn dip for her. So I put in the cream cheese, the sour cream, used the mixer, just her little handheld mixer. Blended everything, added the cheese, the corn, then of course had to transfer it over to the baking dish. Then when I went to wash the dishes, I noticed that the beautiful white bowl had black marks all the way around it. So that bowl does not have the same quality as this beautiful stoneware does. Meaning she might have to replace her bowl because it didn't get chipped, like it's fine, but there are very unattractive black streaks all through the bottom of her bowl. It's because the mixer was too aggressive in the bowl. So having this type of bowl by Tara at Home, you're able to literally put the handheld mixer into it. I would not have had any problem at all with this, and I would have been able to stick this into the oven, bake it, you're good to go. Plus, I could put the lid on it, take it to the tailgate party, and then I don't know about you, but how many times have you? Many times I've gone to parties with cellophane on top or tinfoil. You remove it, it gets put in the trash. You serve it. It's time to go home. You need to take your dish home, and you have nothing to take the leftovers or to cover, your dips up. It's just that little bit, but you don't want it spilling in your car, but it's enough for you to have a little treat for later. So by having the lid, you're going to have a lid when you get there, when you leave, and you're not going to have to go dig tinfoil out or borrow it from someone.
It's also really environmentally friendly too, because then you're not using all that plastic wrap and using all that aluminum foil and creating all that waste. You are able to reuse this lid, stick it right on, and you know what everybody's going to think? That's brilliant. Why don't I have that?
Indeed. There are 3 different sizes of our mixing bowls, and they stack on top of each other, of course, with the lid. But if you are conscious of your storage space, then they do nest inside of each other as well, which is extremely helpful. So, all right, what do we got next?
A next goodie. So, let's move on to this one. This feels fabulous. I don't even know what's in it, but I heard a card. So,
I know what this is.
All right. I'm glad you know, because I am still learning.
Okay.
By sight what they are. And again, they all come with a card, so if you're like me and you tend to have someone in your house who moves things a lot, and yes, I might be the person who moves things all the time, and not remember where I put them, it's nice to have backups.
Okay. All right, my friends. I feel like we need a drum roll here. All right, we have got the beautiful, it's cockadoo, what is it?
Doodle-doo.
Doodle-doos. No
Doodle-doo.
cockadoodles, just doodle-doos. That's that primary school teaching with Old MacDonald there. But nevertheless, we have our lid for our 9x13 dish made by Tara, which we're going to go ahead.
We're going to go ahead and open.
Go together very, very well. But while she is opening that piece, you can use this as a cookie sheet. You can bake on it. You can make chicken on it. You can make crescent rolls, garlic bread, and you'll see how the 2 of these really go along together, because together, I'm going to grab that one for you.
Oh no, this one I got because this is like taking boots out of a box, so I can do that. Okay. Love me some boots. It might be October in the South and it might be really hot, but I will wear my boots.
Indeed. It is October 1st. The season has arrived.
So again, you can see just how much time and attention and care they put into packaging, because I'm going to have to grab my scissors again, because they have gone out of their way to make sure that there is no way that this can get damaged during shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and carefully flip over, because I'm going to have to remove the tape on this side as well. And we'll just continue to add to this fabulous box. So this is the 9x13 baker that goes along with the tray. And as you can see, the 9x13 baker comes with 3 pieces. It comes with a plastic lid, the multi-purpose, any use you can think of tray, and the baker. So it's a really amazing bundle. I was doing a little bit of research from ladies who have been selling a little bit longer than I have, and a lot of them suggested that if you're going to start a Tara at Home collection, this is the piece you want to start with, because you get the 3 pieces in one. So again, stoneware, oven safe, microwave safe. You can go straight from your prep to your storage. What's really great, I heard someone talking about, was that, say you're making a lasagna. Well, you have to put it in a baker, but a lot of people like to have a garlic bread or rolls. So if you're like us who have a little bit older kitchen, you don't have a lot of storage space in your oven for that. So you can put your lasagna in the baker, put your garlic bread on top, and you've just doubled your oven space, because they can bake on top of each other at the same time. I was looking on Facebook this morning, and I noticed that another lady who sells Tara, she had made her asparagus on top and her shrimp dip type in the bottom. She doubled her space. It's amazing. With the holidays coming up, the number of people, I know you've got people coming to your house. We have a ton of people coming to our house. We're going to need 2 houses just to cook, because we've got so many family members coming in from out of town. So this doubling our oven size is going to be amazing, because you can have a side dish in here, a bread dish on top, and have your turkey on the side. And you've got all your oven space you need for it. If you're lucky enough to have 2 ovens, I know some people have 2 ovens. I'm not quite that lucky yet.
Nor am I.
Just imagine how much faster your prep for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's Eve and birthdays.
Even tailgating, guys. You know,
Oh,
put your dip on the bottom, put your chicken wings on the top. 2 birds with 1 stone here, guys. Put them both in. The dip is heating while the wings are cooking, and you are ready just to remove them, and boom, you can put them on the table and you're ready to serve. There are no, otherwise you normally have to have a cookie sheet. You'd have to have a mixing bowl to mix your dip and put it into something to bake it in. You'd have a cookie sheet for the wings, another tray to serve them on. All of a sudden you have decreased your cooking time, your cleaning time, and you've decreased your family time. So that is super important to us.
One of the things, though, that Tara at Home continually talks about, and I think is just so amazing, though, is that they really want to cut down on the number of items you're having to use as you prep and as you prepare. So another item, I believe this does come with
It does.
So it's actually a 4-piece bundle. So you use your oven mitt, your oven glove, to take them straight out, and then you put them in your wire rack, which you can then carry safely with 2 handles straight to the table. And because it's on the wire rack, you don't have to worry about a trivet. You don't have to worry about pop holders. You can put it straight down on the table. Your table's protected. Then you have your meal. You enjoy it. When you are finished, you just, where did we put the lid?
Oh, okay.
You finish dinner. A lot of times, if you were in our house, you would have to go dig through the cabinet, find something where you could store everything. But with Tara at Home, you can just put the lid on, take it straight to the fridge or freezer, depending on when you're going to do it again, and put it straight in. And then you're good to go.
Another thing that I really like about this dish is that it's deep. The other day this would have been so helpful because the other day I made lasagna, and I know we talk about lasagna a lot, but all of us, it's a pretty easy recipe. I just get mine off the box of pasta, and people think that I'm just the best cook of all times. But nevertheless, we were trying to make pasta, and the dish that I had was very thin, and so I only got, it was very hard for me to get more than 1 layer of the meat, the cheese, the noodles. I got to do it 2 times, but I had so many leftovers that, I'd already made my noodles and my sauce and my meat. So I ended up having to make 2 more smaller sizes. Whereas if I had had this nice, beautiful, deep dish, I would have been able to have a nice, thick, beautifully layered lasagna. And then, of course, I could have also made some and just kind of go ahead and had them layered in some of the rammies. And then, boom, I have extras for the rest of the week. I'm going to be honest with you, Jessica, and you've known me for a long time. You've seen my kitchen after I've cooked. Though I did not tell this information to the boyfriend when we first started dating, but I'm basically the world's worst cook. Okay, don't tell him now. Let me tell you, I have tried to make meatloaf twice, and it was so bad we had to order pizza. I'm not kidding. We are from the South, and I cannot make a meatloaf. Neither here nor there. It is a running joke. It's okay. I can't make a meatloaf, but I can make great cookies. Nevertheless, I know that when you watch these shows, cooking shows, everything is neat and clean and tidy, and you just wipe off and it's done. I am the kind of girl where everything is baked on. I tend to have a slight problem of overcooking things, oftentimes leaving a nice, lovely, dark, crusty brown or sometimes burned bottom. But I have learned that with this cookware, it is extremely easy to clean. You do not want to soak it, believe it or not. This is stoneware, and on the back, you will see where through the firing process, obviously you cannot put the glaze. And so there is an exposed piece. So you don't want to keep this soaking, which you don't need to because number one, the finish that it has is actually a non-stick finish. You do not need to put Pam on it. You can cross that off of your list. You do not need to ever grab the stick of butter and coat the sides for your cobbler anymore. You can stick it in there and it's not going to stick. But back to those crusty pieces that I sometimes have in my dishware. It's very easy. You can actually go to town with steel wool. I've also heard that a magic eraser, but oftentimes just a regular Brillo pad, sponge will just get it right off. So don't soak your stoneware. You don't want to do that. You just don't want the water to absorb, and actually you can probably see it a lot more clearly on the dark purple. But all of our pieces have that. It's one of the pieces, or excuse me, one of the ways that we have to make our beautiful stoneware. So anyway, it's very, very easy to clean up. But another piece that I like is, if you could hold that for a second.
I would love to. It would be my pleasure.
Because I am somewhat known for being a little sloppy and messy, you can put the tray on the bottom and then put the lasagna or the casserole or the dip on top. And it will, and it will prevent any spills from getting onto your table as well, which is, needed in my house. So it's very, very versatile. One more thing I do want to go over, I know we've talked about lasagnas and casseroles and dips and things that are hot, but you can also do a lot of cold things as well. Oftentimes, obviously stoneware keeps hot things hot. That's a very easy thing to remember, but it also keeps cold things colder. So you could actually think outside the box when it's time to tailgate, and you can fill your bakeware up with ice. I know, right? Outside the box.
Very nice.
And then use your tray to store, you could put shrimp on top of it. You could
She's
do,
brilliant, ladies and gentlemen.
well,
Brilliant.
thank you. I try. I am educating our future. You can put the mozzarella and basil and tomatoes on skewers, have those chilled. You can do meat kebabs, fruit kebabs, anything that you want to keep chilled. You could also do a game day platter filled with different meats and cheeses and not have to worry about it sitting out for very long out on the table, because it's going to stay chilled inside with the ice inside. Don't forget, you can pair your rammies together with this. You can fill that up with, as we do in the South, ranch dressing. You can put it on anything. Fill it with ranch dressing for your wings and dips and things like that. Stick it on there. Different types of condiments, mayonnaise, mustard, etc. And so I thought that was kind of cool to think outside the box.
Then that's all the products that we have to show you today. But another last thing I'm going to share before we wrap it up is one thing that Jenny is much better at that I'm not is presentation. And what I love about it is that they're such beautiful dishes that it's all going to look really well put together, as opposed to when I use like paper plates and a bunch of miscellaneous random things that I got from I don't even know where. But it all looks really well put together. So that is pretty much all that we had to share with you today. There are still a whole bunch of products that we would love to talk to you more about, but these are the pieces we were wanting to focus on today.
And speaking of today, October the 1st, something very exciting happened. When I woke up this morning, I already had an email. My Facebook was blowing up that the new catalog has been posted, which has introduced the wave pattern. It's a very modern pattern. It is by far my jam. I absolutely love it. You've got to check it out. It comes in white or gray or red, and it is unbelievable. There are also some new, I think they're just like soup mugs. So it's a thinner mug, a shorter mug with a handle on it. It's got a lid on it as well. I also read behind the scenes that the lids actually have a dial on them that have numbers on them. So for example, if I put my stew or whatever into my mug on October the 1st, I can set the dial to the 1, and then that way I know how long it's been in my refrigerator, which is brilliant. So there are things that we don't even have
better than my washi tape.
They are online, but do email us or post a comment with your name or your Facebook or phone number, what have you. We can definitely hook you up and send you ways to order online or send you the new products that were just released today, this morning. We're very, very excited about it. Be on the lookout. We've got some new things coming as well. We've got a new line of dips, which are outstanding. They're amazing. They're delicious. One bowl is all you need. You just dump it in, add your sour cream to it or what have you, mix it up under the mixer, and you're ready to serve it. So that's a new thing that's included in our catalog. We also have a cake cutter as well, and it is gorgeous. You're going to love it. So leave us a note at the bottom. We can talk to you about how to order. And if you're interested in becoming a rep, we were some of the first ones in the state of South Carolina. So maybe there are no reps in your town or in your state. We'd love to introduce you to Tear at Home and how you can maybe start this as another way to bring your family together, but also to bring in some extra cash. So It is definitely a wonderful product, and if you have any questions, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
All right, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Kat. We're filming. Are we off?
Are we on?